Well, hello, Quilting Bee friends. We're going to try this again on this little fabric basket, and I want to show you the side of it. Look how darling that is. So it starts out as a square, and I used two different contrasting fabrics, and I did use some decorative stitching in here to do the quilting. Nothing too elaborate. I was just playing around with the machine. And I also used some contrasting binding. So we're going to take a minute and I'm going to show you how it's so easy to make this little fabric basket. So we're going to set that aside. And what I have here, if we can get it zoomed out so that you can see it all, is a square, and this square is approximately 15 inches. It has been quilted and bound, and there's a contrasting color on the other side. And the next thing we're going to do is we fold it with wrong sides together, so whatever you want to consider your wrong side, in half like this, and then we are going to mark a certain distance from the corner and sew a diagonal line from there to there. So let me put this on pause for just a minute. Okay, so I've got my wrong sides folded together. I've matched my corners, and now I'm going to use a little ruler. You can use whatever you want, and come up, and I'm going to measure approximately, if you can see that, let me get down in here just a little bit better, 3 inches up from the fold edge, and I'm going to put a pin there just to mark that. And then from this side I'm going to do the same thing. Turn that around so I can measure that 3 inches from that and put a pin there. And then from that I'm going to go ahead and connect those two lines, and I'm going to apologize, this is a black friction pen, so you're probably not going to see the mark, and it'll be enough for me to see to sew on. Mark that. So connecting 3 inches up from here and 3 inches over from here, and this is the folded edge, right? And we will do that on both corners. So we'll come over here to the other corner, measure the same way, 3 inches, put a little pin. I apologize for, I had a little procedure done on my finger, and so I'm just not maneuvering that little finger very well. So we've got that again marked. We're going to put that ruler on there and go from corner to corner and mark it. Then we're going to take it to the sewing machine and sew on that straight line. Okay, I have gone ahead and sewn those corners, corner to corner. Oops, did I run out of thread? Okay, so now we're going to come back and I'm going to show you that I've sewn that corner and I've sewn this corner. And when you open this up, let me lift this up a little bit so we get a better view. You have sort of like this little boat shape, all right? So now you're going to fold the opposite corners in, and again you'll come back in and measure 3 inches up using the same measurement you did before. Put a little pin, and what you're essentially doing is taking a little dart or a little tuck in the sides of your square, and you want to use the same numbers for each one. And it's not critical as to what the number is that you use. It's critical that you use the same number on all 4 tucks. So we've pinned that one side. We're going to go over here to this side, which is not connected, match up those corners, and come back in here and put a pin here. Once again, you don't realize how much you use that darn index finger until you can't use it. And then come back over here and put another pin there. And then I will sew another line going from corner to corner. Okay, so now we have all of the 4 little tucks put into the middle of those squares, and what's going to end up happening is we will fold the flaps down, and sometimes you work with it just a little bit, and this is going to make a little fabric box. Now we haven't finished yet. What we are going to do is go ahead and cut these excess flaps off, tuck them inside, and sew them to finish up that edge, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Okay, so you see I've cut off the triangle shape that was here. That's off. And now I'm going to go ahead and open it up, and I'm going to show you what I did. I just pushed those raw edges in, and I sewed it so that when I open it up, I have an enclosed seam allowance. Now, when you do the 3-inch cuts, we come down here and look at it, you have a tall, narrow box, and you fold these down, put a little decorative button on them, and then you're done. This little one was done with only a 2-inch cutout on the middle, and so you get a broader, squattier box, but this is a taller, thinner one. Now, this project is perfect to practice your free motion quilting. It's perfect to use up your little scraps, and you can leave it, this one could be left with the dark purple on the outside, or just turn it inside out and the light purple on the outside, and you will see when I fold this one down, then that flap will show there. You put a little button or stitch it down, whatever you want to do to hold those corners down, and now you have a little decorative fabric box. This could hold tools. This is only one layer of batting. It could easily be thicker. You could use the stitch-in foam like Soft and Stable. Any of those products will work. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts, and I will go ahead and enclose this other seam so that it'll be finished. But what a great way to use up some scraps and to practice your little quilting. Talk to you soon. Have a great day.